Fish made it. And he made it for something else, you know, but it's actually perfect for what like a demonstration. So it's out there, or can be made. That shows like one page from iLab, one page from social media, one page from the book, and how they all connect as a lesson.
So I should try to get hold of that one from David Fish then?
Yeah. It's a student induction lesson. But I asked him for it, he didn't seem to remember what I was asking for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've asked, but maybe I'll call him when I get back.
We have pre-departure English classes here for all our students. It's a sales tool, so if they book like a year ahead, they'll actually get free English classes for a whole year.
Yeah.
Teachers we have are not EF teachers, obviously, they are just English teachers, and some of them are actually quite good.
Sure.
But when we give them the EF books and say, could you use our books in your class? And they think it's just the books, gets a little boring, so they haven't really found a way how to use the books. Obviously, they haven't got any training because we can't train the teachers. But one thing I would say, these slides are fairly easy to use as a teacher, even if they're not EF teachers. So would we be able to ask them to use these slides for classes?
That's not my decision to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who should I ask, like Dan Curran or who?
I think once again David.
Is David?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's the question of how much of the material do you let out before. I don't know. It's not my decision to make. But it's a shame because your teachers should be. That's what I felt when I came to do Englishmen on the Road. You know, there's something I should do in the classes, in the schools, which is very much cultural exchange and getting to know about talking about the United States. But things that are done here in EF office should be effective. And the same with your demonstration lessons. It would be really great if they were using, you know, these books. And it's just training, and teachers are very set in their ways. And you just give them a book like, oh, okay, whatever. I have my other thing I always do. It always works. Why should I try something new? So it's just a training issue, yeah. So next time Englishmen on the Road comes, and it's an academic director or someone like that, maybe you also should plan in their itinerary, like a training for your demo lessons, of training your demo lesson teachers. It might be a good thing to put in there. Just enough so that they can then make their own lessons or start using it in the future. Okay?
So may I ask you, the staff, have you seen this before? Or did you know that the lessons were combined with this? So I knew about iLab and I knew about the general classes, but I didn't know about this college. So anyone seen this before or?
No.
No?
I think you guys are right now, I mean, you're selling a lot of locations, but anybody can sell location. You know, any agent can sell New York as a location, so. But if you can, you know, I'm going to help you sell the school itself and this.
皆さんこれ iPad でエージェントの授業です。できたら最高ですよね。これはすごい。
I think this is a strength for us. Our competitors, they're selling through agents. And obviously they can't have a thorough product training like this. A teacher from one of those schools will never spend a week with one agent. They will probably spend an hour. So she was just saying maybe if we could be more educated or product trained in actual classes like this, it would be easy for us to sell EF, not just by education. I should tell them, look, this is the way EF is doing the classes. And even though maybe some competitors would have similar, they haven't really trained
invested in their sales. Yeah. Well, it's something like, yeah, I agree. Even 4 times a year, 3 times a year.
I think we've had a lot of teachers coming here, and sometimes it feels like they're telling us what we already know. They tell us about the destination, they tell about the residences, they tell general things that we can find on global net. This is the first time I feel a little bit of this, oh, this is the way how the actual classes are actually made. So this was really good. And probably, I know Dion is coming here for some product training. I know that Megan is planning to come here for product training as well. I think probably you will give some feedback when you get back to US about how it was in Japan. I think for any product training, when the production sends people, it should be more concrete examples like this, than just a general location thing.
Or vague,
Yeah.
it's blended and it goes together. Yeah. You need
Because
to see.
in general, we know how long time it takes from the New York school into Manhattan by train, or how much it costs. That information gets through emails or anything. The feeling of the class itself is difficult to communicate with the folks or listeners.
Yeah, and the other thing, on the same note, the other thing I'd like to leave you with is some of the things that we do in the school that aren't necessarily on GlobalNet. Like I gave you that kind of pamphlet which has a list of spin classes, and I have a couple more of those. But I think I can print more of them. I printed one earlier in the week of the AY weekend, what happened when AYs arrive, when academic year students arrive, because there's lots of special ceremonies and things like that happen when they arrive. So let me see if I can just bring that up actually. If you guys have time, is it okay? Okay. I have to go once again to the slowest place in my computer. Any questions? Any questions while we...
Just a note on the slowness. If we go to a branch office in Japan, let's say to Osaka, and you're a Tokyo staff, then you actually go to Boston first and then to the Tokyo server. It doesn't go direct from Osaka to Tokyo.
Yeah.
We had a similar problem locally in Japan as well.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question?
Of course.
One of staff wants to know about the mini group mix. How's going on in New York?
Mini group mix?
Yeah.
It's very hard to produce mini group. Other things for ILSP are easy to produce, like the welcome drink and weekly meetings or things like that. Mini group is very hard for us to produce because we don't have enough ILSP students to do it. So when someone books mini group, I usually actually talk to the student or the sales office and find out the value of what they booked and convert that to individual lessons. Because what happens is, if I do a mini group, let's say if you arrive for a mini group, and I know the 4 of you are all ILSP, and he comes for a mini group and here's here for 2 weeks and needs mini group. So I find some other students who are the same age, and you guys didn't buy mini group, but I say, hey, I have this extra class that you can take because I'm making it for him. So I make a class of 4 mini group. When he goes home, you're mad. Because I've given you something extra and then I took it away. And what was so special about him? You know what I mean? And so that's been hard. Honestly, that's been hard in terms of production, in terms of producing that. So I don't want to make my other students mad. So I usually will come to him and say, I see you've got mini group mix. That's great. We have an excellent staff of teachers here. Some of whom have business backgrounds, some of whom have other backgrounds. I'd like to offer you